Tonight, Wisconsin's governor declares a public health emergency in response to the coronavirus. This as Minnesota's top dog looks for more money to fight the spread.
A wild day across the country as all major sports are suspended and more schools move learning online.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The United States is in uncharted territory tonight as leaders across the nation respond to the coronavirus.
From halting air travel to all major sports being suspended, it's been a wild 24 hours with drastic and unprecedented measures being taken to stop the spread of the virus.
In Minnesota, there are now 9 confirmed cases. Most are in the Twin Cities and further south, with 1 case being confirmed near St. Cloud today. In Wisconsin, there are 6 confirmed cases, all of them in the eastern portion of the state. Of the 1,300 patients nationwide, 39 people have died, with more than 127,000 cases and 4,700 deaths worldwide. More than 68,000 people have recovered.
Leaders on both sides of the bridge are taking extra precautions to respond to an outbreak. In Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers declared a public health emergency in the state. The move allows the state's Department of Health Services to use all the resources necessary to respond to and contain the outbreak. It also authorizes state money to support local health departments with costs related to isolation and quarantine, as well as using the Wisconsin National Guard.
In Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz is proposing to tweak the state's budget to be better prepared to respond to a potential outbreak. Walz is proposing to bank $1.2 billion of Minnesota's projected $1.5 billion surplus. He says that's due to uncertainties over the virus and how it will affect the economy. The Democratic governor's supplemental budget would add $256 million in new spending on programs to the budget the legislature approved last year. Walz says his proposal ensures Minnesota will be in a strong fiscal position while also providing enough flexibility to respond to the pandemic. Colleges and universities around the state are extending spring break and shifting to online learning.
Yeah, that includes UMD, where professors are now scrambling to come up with new lesson plans by the time classes pick back up on Wednesday.
CBS3's Emma Quinn joins us live from the campus of UMD. Emma, you spoke with several professors this morning. How are they adjusting to this new change?
Yeah, Tony, so right now, several professors who aren't used to teaching online are meeting with their colleagues so they have a better understanding and have more effective plans to go back to class on Wednesday. Now, several professors I spoke to earlier today say making these changes will be a challenge. Scott Latterman, the union president for UMD's Education Association and a history professor here at the college, says a majority of UMD classes are taught in person because they feel it offers a better learning experience for their students. Latterman added that many salaried professors will likely be working many overtime hours to redesign their classes in the rush.
Faculty, when they teach online, usually have many months, a semester, even an academic year to prepare for that, to get a class ready. We have days here to get ready for this.
And Latterman adds there's a large concern for professors and students who might not have resources such as internet or computers at home, and they might have a hard time accessing class online unless they are able to come to campus. And some of the other degree programs that Latterman spoke of earlier today that will have a hard time are classes that require field studies or labs. He says that those labs will be hard to redesign. And coming up tonight at 10, I spoke with a chemistry professor who says this will be a challenge.
All right, Emma Quinn live for us at UMD tonight. Thanks, Emma.
Well, UMD isn't the only college making these adjustments. In fact, all Minnesota state colleges are extending their spring breaks until March 23rd, then moving all classes online. That includes Lake Superior College, Hibbing Community College, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College, Mesabi Range College, and Vermilion Community College. You can check out our website for specific details about each school.
And as more schools move classes online, a reminder that the Duluth Public Libraries offer free Wi-Fi. They also have PCs, desktop computers, and laptops available for checkout in all 3 locations. Superior Public Library offers high-speed internet to anyone with a library card.
A doctor at St. Luke's says symptoms of the flu and coronavirus are similar, but there is one difference you can watch out for. Dr. Andrew Thompson is an infectious disease physician at St. Luke's. He says there are lots of flu cases in our community, but so far, no coronavirus cases. Both can cause cough, fever, and shortness of breath. But Thompson says the flu comes on very quickly, whereas coronavirus symptoms have a slower onset due to a longer incubation period.
It's very hard to tell, and usually when we consider someone for testing, we'll test them for both, because right now we're trying to sort out who has what and if COVID-19 arrives in our community, when that is.
Dr. Thompson says there currently aren't enough tests for everyone. He says you can't just show up at a clinic or the ER and get a test. If you think you have the flu or coronavirus, Thompson recommends calling your doctor about what to do next.
Although the virus has not arrived in Duluth yet, the small business community is doing what they can to prepare. The Greater Downtown Council focuses on promotion of Duluth's downtown area. As coronavirus concerns continue to grow, they're discussing ways to be prepared. Christy Stokes, president of the GDC, says they are seeing changes in how people operate day to day. For example, holding meetings over the phone instead of in person. As things develop, she hopes everyone continues taking necessary precautions and continues having conversations.
This is something that is impacting us far and wide just in making preparations. Again, we're fortunate it's not in our community, but it's just really important that we're all prepared for it.
Stokes added that the International Downtown Association is hosting a conference call tomorrow for leaders across the country to discuss how other communities are responding to the virus.
Meanwhile, gas prices in the Twin Ports are dropping. A week ago today, the average price at the pump was $2.34 a gallon. Today, that's down to $2.27. One of the lowest prices we've come across was $1.99 per gallon in Cloquet. According to AAA, this is a trend we can expect to continue. At $2.38, AAA says the national gas price average has not been this cheap since last February. And while it might be nice for drivers, it poses a big concern for the economy. The longest bull run in the stock market history is officially over after nearly 11 years. The bull market officially ran from March of 2009 until February of 2020. The amazing rally for stocks altered the makeup of the market, elevating technology stocks to a dominating position and lessening the weight of industrial and energy companies. The bull survived a number of challenges, but the coronavirus outbreak injected too much uncertainty for investors. A bull market is a market that is continually on the rise.
The U.S. Census Bureau created an internal task force to monitor coronavirus. Census officials say coronavirus planning is based on two principles: the health and safety of census staff and delivering the census counts on schedule. They're also coming up with a contingency plan. Census officials started reaching out to residents today about completing the census. You can head to our website for more information on the internal task force.
Well, due to the quickly spreading virus, Congress is shutting down the Capitol along with all House and Senate office buildings to the public until April. Today, the House and Senate sergeants at arms said that the closure was scheduled to begin at 5 p.m. The statement says officials are acting, quote, out of concern for the health and safety of congressional employees as well as the public.
All right, and without further ado, let's turn it over for Dave for a quick look at the weather. Kind of a dreary day for a lot of us out there.
Yeah, and with more rain than snow. Most of the rain fell in northern Wisconsin, where Guile got about a ½ inch during some heavy downpours. This is a look up north near Highway 53 in the Ash Lake area, near Orr, a little bit north of Orr, south of International Falls. You can see a little bit of snow fell up in that neck of the woods, but it didn't add up to that much. And the low pressure system that brought that is starting to depart. At the same time, higher pressure is charging in from the northwest to fill in the air deficit. That's kicking up the winds. So the gist of tonight's forecast is calling for gusty winds going westerly from about 10 to even 20 miles per hour inland towards 30 right by the lake. Taking a look at our forecast for tomorrow, the day planner says things are going to turn around 180 degrees because that high pressure will make things partly sunny in the morning, mostly sunny in the afternoon, but also step our temperatures back. High temp only 28 degrees. That is a bit cooler than normal. Is that the trend for the weekend? Well, we'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, besides the economy and education, coronavirus is also having a big impact in the sports world.
From the professional level to the collegiate level, season suspensions and tournament cancellations have been flooding in.
CBS3's Kelly Hinseth is live for us tonight at Amsoil Arena with some big news regarding the UMD Bulldogs and what's in store for the rest of their season. Kelly.
Well, Kristen and Tony, the word unprecedented has been used a lot, and it was a word used by NCHC National Collegiate Hockey Conference Commissioner Josh Fenton earlier today. That is the conference that UMD plays in, when he was talking about the conference's decision to cancel this weekend's NCHC quarterfinals as well as the NCHC Frozen Face-Off next week. Now, the National Collegiate Hockey Conference announced that they have canceled the tournament effective immediately. The UMD men's hockey team was slated to play at least 2 more games this weekend, starting tomorrow night when they welcomed in Miami, Ohio, with its hopes set on making the NCHC Frozen Face-Off and the NCAA tournament and beyond. The decision comes amidst the number of other cancellations from the NBA suspending its seasons with the pair of players testing positive for COVID-19 and the NCAA's decision to play without fans during tournament time. Of course, that has had some updates to it, and certainly this was not a decision that was made lightly.
But ultimately, the health, safety, security of our student athletes, our officials, our media, our fans, our staff members, anybody involved within games being played on our campuses or at a neutral site in Xcel Energy Center was our highest priority. We were living, I originally started off saying we were living day by day. That day by day became hour by hour very quickly. I don't know that we anticipated that the virus would move to the levels that it has in recent days and the measures that have been taken by many, but that's the world that we find ourselves in.
So as of this moment in time, UMD, their season is done. They have lost the chance to go for a 3rd straight title as the NCAA has canceled all of its tournaments, including winter and spring activities starting now. But we're going to have much more on that coming up in sports. Certainly a day that the sports world has never seen before, and we're going to have a lot more in the coming days. Tony and Kristen, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, Kelly, we'll check in with you in just a few more minutes. Thanks.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a look at how the coronavirus is impacting travelers right here in the Northland.
High temp of 37. Today is a little bit warmer than normal. Come tomorrow, will be cooler than normal. We'll talk about if that lasts into the weekend coming up after our break.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health licensed acupuncturist Jake Sweetie discusses how acupuncture aligns with integrative healthcare.
So acupuncture is a component of traditional East Asian medicine. That's a growing part of modern integrative healthcare that includes not just needling therapy, which acupuncture is, but also traditional herbalism and dietetics, physical manipulation similar to osteopathy, as well as body and breath-based exercises. In general, these needles are quite small. They're placed all over the body from head to toe. They cause very little pain in general. They're typically placed at depths that are quite comfortable. We stimulate different nerves throughout the body in different areas that influence physiological activity, circulatory activity, neural activity, lymphatic activity, and hormonal activity as well.
While acupuncture is most commonly associated with pain management, there are a number of conditions that can benefit from the treatment.
We also use acupuncture for women's health issues, like menopausal issues and difficult or painful periods. We use it for cancer support, like treating nausea and malaise. And we also use it for treating anxiety, depression, and stress. One of the biggest confusions patients have when they receive their referral is they expect just needles to be used, when in fact we may be doing physical manipulations on the body. We may be talking about lifestyle changes that they need to make in order to help resolve or at least manage their conditions. So what we're really trying to do is help people find balance and more ease in their lives. Anybody who's struggling with any sort of health issue, they should give us a call, schedule an appointment, and we can decide if that's something that may be helpful for them.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medicalinsight.
At Holden Insurance, we insure our neighbors. We have agencies in Superior, Hayward, Spooner, Ashland, and Duluth. This helps us provide the best possible service to northwestern Wisconsin and northern Minnesota with our partner, Auto Owners Insurance. Protect what means most to you with Holden Insurance.
Continental Ski is having a store-wide winter flash sale March 14th and 15th. Check out our wide selection of winter gear and save 40% off all winter apparel, skis, and accessories. The Winter Flash Sale, only at Continental Ski and Bike in Duluth, Minnesota.
My name is Tommy. I'm the new chief of police. I am just here to listen.
Women talk and tell their stories, and nothing happens because nobody believes them.
I do.
I wanna be stronger.
If you're a cop, you're a cop. It's in your blood. It's in your bones. I never wanted to be a symbol, but you are. Please step aside. Why? Because I'm chief of police.
A new Tommy, tonight at 10/9 Central on CBS.
CBS3 News is brought to you by Fond du Luth Casino. CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Nicolay Law Office. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, our low-pressure system paid off with precip around the region today. A little bit of light snow north of Duluth and a lot of rain through northwestern Wisconsin. Now that low is starting to exit the picture, and we should have the rain showers and the snow flurries wind down in the next couple of hours. Hard on its heels, we've got a high-pressure system coming in from the west, and that's kicking up the winds, so much so that there is a gale warning on western Lake Superior. If you happen to be one of those 25 people that holds a commercial fishing license for Lake Superior, tonight may not be the night to go out and look for any fish. No, tomorrow, it's still gusty tomorrow, but a lot sunnier. We'll talk about high pressure bringing in some changes coming up after we take a look at this live picture of downtown Duluth, where the sun is starting to break out as that higher pressure cell takes over the region. Current temp at the airport, 35. Relative humidity is 89%. Westerly northwest wind is going 17 miles per hour over the hill. And again, with the flat surface of the lake, could hit 30 as the night goes on, hence the gale warning. Air pressure low at 29.64, but it will come up when we get the high pressure cell to really settle in come tomorrow. Temperature-wise right now, 32 to 34 for the Upper Peninsula. Northwestern Wisconsin's running 35 from Ashland to 38 degrees in Superior. 37 is the current temp down towards Moose Lake and Barnum. We have mid-30s here for much of the North Shore, and then low to mid-30s for the Iron Ranges. Border country, 33 degrees currently for International Falls. Temperature-wise tonight, probably not getting too chilly. Teens and 20s for much of the area, rather than the slightly cooler temps we've had just a couple of days ago. Although come Friday morning especially, colder air with this high pressure system will dial us down, both for highs and for the overnight lows. Over the last 3 hours here, we've seen most of the precip wind down in Minnesota, though there are still some snow showers in northern parts of Minnesota, and some rain going on here for the Bayfield Peninsula, a little bit farther to the south, a bit of a rain and snow mix, and that is pushing into the Upper Peninsula. But towards midnight tonight, that should start to go away. Things will settle down and perhaps even clear up as the low pressure system goes away and the high pressure system comes in to replace it and change things around. It'll change things around for Friday and Saturday towards the sunny side of life, but once we get into Sunday, this low pressure system could bring back light snow for us. Light snow because it's expected to bring 8 to 12 inches of snow to Montana's mountains over the weekend. It'll be pretty much tapped out of the moisture by the time it gets to us. For some folks, that's good news. Other late snow season fans are probably a little bit sad about that because they still want to go for one last snowmobile ride. Tonight in Minnesota, still a 30% chance for a little more mix. Low temps, teens to lower 20s. Teens inland, 20s by the lake. Wisconsin, Michigan, low temps in the lower 20s. 30% chance for a mix there as well. Then for tomorrow, daytime high is 29 to 33, Wisconsin, Michigan, with a clear to partly cloudy sky. It'll be clear to partly cloudy in Minnesota as well, with high temps going 25 inland to 30 by the lake. Here's a quick look at our extended forecast, and it's a calm but cool weekend. Saturday and Sunday highs near 30. A little bit warmer on Monday with a 50% chance for light snow. Again, light snow, Kristen and Tony, because the Rocky Mountains will be eating up most of this system's precipitation.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, the spread of COVID-19 is forcing people to rework their plans, especially travel plans.
Yeah, one Duluth couple waited more than 2 years for their honeymoon cruise just to have to pull the plug last minute. CBS3's Natalie Grant joins us now with their story.
Bummed but relieved. That's how Nick and Danny Reinhardt feel after having to cancel their 2-year-in-the-making honeymoon cruise around the Caribbean. The couple has been married since September 2018 and has been waiting for their work schedules to line up to take 9 days in the Caribbean. At the beginning of this week, they were all set to hop on a plane tonight and set sail this weekend, but on Tuesday, they decided to cancel the trip. They said they are not really afraid of the virus, but the stress and the worry about if they were going to get stranded on the ship or even a different country was just too much to go through with.
It was just a little much for us, you know, the fear that, well, one, we could end up quarantined on this cruise ship for a few days, and then, you know, we could come back here and have to do another 14-day quarantine. I mean, we could have swung it, but it just wasn't worth it anymore.
Overall, the couple tells me that they didn't lose any money from the trip between vouchers and refunds. They plan on rescheduling their trip within the next year and say an Alaskan cruise is an option once things settle down again.
Thanks, Natalie. And while all eyes are on the coronavirus, the flu is still widespread across Minnesota, according to health officials. More Minnesotans have died this flu season than last year. According to new numbers out today from the State Department of Health, 110 Minnesotans have died this season from the flu.
Kelly and Seth is coming up next to track a very busy day in sports and update us on the status of Major League operations.
Get your new air and snow blower from Duluth Lawn and Sport.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's special moments. So long, kids' table. Get 20% off plus spin for bonus savings at Schneidermans.com during the St. Patrick's Day sale at Schneiderman's Furniture.
You're in luck. Barker's Waterfront Grill and Lounge is celebrating St. Patrick's Day with homemade Reubens or corned beef and cabbage, coupled with great drink specials. The End of the Rainbows at Barker's Waterfront Grill, March 14th to the 17th.
Happy birthday! Fun Duluth Casino wants to celebrate your birthday with you all month long. Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash and a $10 Blackjack Matchplay.
Did you say every day?
Yes, every day of your birthday month. Stop by the Players Club or log on to FonDuluthCasino.com for all the participation details. We're celebrating your birthday all month long, so you can
have a great time out at Fond du Loup.
Multi-course, one price, one destination. The Greater Downtown Council celebrates culinary mastery during the Spring Eat Downtown Duluth Restaurant Week, March 9th through the 14th, with lunch and dinner specials from these participating restaurants. Visit downtownduluth.com for Eat Downtown menus.
Empire Roofing, it's about trust. Spring is here. It's time for a free roof inspection from the team at Empire Roofing. Empire's a local family business with outstanding customer reviews. Empire's also a GAF Master Elite roofing contractor. And GAF has released its revolutionary new HDZ shingles. They're so much better than old school shingles. They have an outstanding wind speed warranty. So important in this part of the country. Have your roof inspected now. Contact Empire Roofing at empireroofingmn.com or call 218-724-5584.
America's Most Watched Network. Tonight starting at 7, only on CBS3 Duluth. Then stay tuned for CBS3 News at 10.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. By the time you graduate from college, the outlook for careers in STEM is bright.
But more than that, a career in STEM is rewarding. You get to use your brain in so many different ways, learning skills to solve big problems.
And the world needs you.
Get a better education.
Have a better career. Enjoy a better future.
Want to watch some television with me?
Sure.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing!
Ranks. No.
What you think? Tommy, L.A. is a people town.
Can you have a town without people?
Get it?
How do I look?
You look like the chief of police.
You gotta get in on this.
Thursday, it's your night in on CBS.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's peaceful moments. 8 hours at a time. Feel cooler and sleep better on a Beauty Rest Black mattress, plus 365-night comfort trial only at Schneiderman Sleep.
Lake Rec is having our Clear the Deck sale. $4 million of new and used boats must go.
Welcome back into sports. What is truly a somber day in the sports world, especially here locally. I'm here at Amsoil Arena. There's a youth hockey game going on behind me on the rink, and that's about as much hockey action as this arena is going to see pretty much for the rest of the year as the UMD men's hockey team season comes to a close amid NCHC tournament cancellations as well as the cancellation of the NCAA tournament. After many changed decisions over the past 24 hours, college athletics, specifically the two-time defending national champions, they have their fate. The NCAA announced earlier today they have decided to cancel the Division I men's and women's winter and spring championships as well as the spring sports season based on the evolving COVID-19 health threat. Of course, that means the UMD men's hockey team will not get a chance to defend their title for the third straight year. Earlier today, the NCHC announced that they would be canceling the remaining conference tournaments. And of course, this is just a shocking development. Other things that we haven't even mentioned yet, the Minnesota Wild will be suspending their season amidst NHL cancellations, but the cancellation also applies to the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournament. March Madness is no longer locally. That means the UMD women's basketball team, effective immediately, get to contend in the NCAA tournament. The Bulldogs were slated to compete in the first round of the tournament tomorrow afternoon down in Missouri. They are there right now against Fort Hays State at 2:30 p.m. Just 24 or so hours ago, the league announced that no fans would be present, but that the games would go on as scheduled. That is no longer the case. And of course, like I said earlier, this is just a new development, shocking development. Other things that we haven't even mentioned yet. The NHL season has suspended play. The MLS has suspended for at least 30 days. The MLB season, the Twins have pushed back their opening day start date at least 2 weeks. The NBA suspended their season last night, but most importantly, the UMD men's hockey team will not continue their season. So we're going to be having a lot of developments in this story as we go on. But for now, Tony, Kristen, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, much more to come on this one for sure. Thanks, Kelly.
All right, Dave joins us now for a last look at the weather. There's some rain up on the range this morning, at least.
And a touch of snow up there as well.
Yeah,
a couple more hours worth of rain showers mixed in with snow showers possible. But then it goes away after midnight, replaced by higher pressure that's coming around. And that means on Friday it should be clear to partly cloudy. Very nice looking day, although we're going to step our temperatures back to 28 for the high temp, which is about 5 degrees cooler than normal. We get back towards 30 by Saturday, but clouds will increase again, continue to increase through Sunday, leading us to our next chance of snow on Monday. 50% chance for light stuff. And again, it's going to be light stuff because Montana's eating up all the snow from this system this week, and they're looking at 8 to 12 inches, maybe even 14 here. We get the leftovers, which won't be much.
Yeah, it was odd to see some rain this morning. A little strange.
A good sign, though.
Yeah. All right, thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.